All right, it is August 17th, 2024, and we're finally getting back to CountDown here. So, before we start real quick, I'm at kind of a loss because I'm pretty 50-50 sure the MPU is toast, power supply's toast, but the driver board and the chime board is fine. I want to spend the money to buy a new one. We'll think about that and see how we end up. But today we're gonna clean this off really good because it's been sitting and it's dusty. And we're gonna clean out all the holes, flip it over, take the tape off, and clean it out, and get ready to repopulate. So I've got all the parts. We redid the drop targets last time. I got my books here to reassemble the mechs that were messed up. Play's guide, which I printed, which is frustrating because there's no Control F on a document. But anyway, let's get started. All right, took a Dremel and this little tool here. Cleaned out all the holes. So the point isn't really like to get crazy with it, but you're just getting all the magic eraser and polish and clear coat goo and all this crap out of there, so that it looks clean. The next thing we got to figure out is these things, which honestly it's the first time I've done a clear coat game with those in there, so we'll see how this goes. All right, not too bad. Only had a few little clear coat issues, but got these little needle pliers from Harbor Freight, a couple bucks. That and works pretty well. So, a little sticky, but I don't know. I might clean them out a little more, but they're pretty good. So I'm gonna wax it, clean all this off before I stick them in there permanently. We're gonna use Blitz 1 grand, which is, here it is. Kind of expensive, but works really well. All right, so while the wax is waxing, I got the flipper rebuild kit. There's 4 flippers on this game, so it's 2 different kinds, right? There's this like old EM style kind for the 2-inch stunners, which is what your wife probably gets every night. And then there's the 3-inch ones, the big daddies. So these were in pretty bad shape. I think this one was completely burnt out, so they took it apart and like never put it back together. But I got some new bats for both of them, so that's good. And rebuild kits. So the reason we do this is if you look at this existing one, and then this, and then here's the new one. They barely move at all. So that just will sap your power. So, I got me a hole punch, a roll pin punch kit that is AWOL. Oh, here we go. Brand new, still in the box, off Amazon, like $7. These things are a bitch. But you get this, and it makes it easy. You just like stick it in there and it pounds it out, pounds it back in. So if think I grabbed the right one. It'd be easier if I had a damn vise, but I don't, so we're gonna whack it on this table and see if we can put these together. All right, well that took forever, but we got these rebuilt. This one is back in action. This one, it was really tough to get that sleeve out of there. If you look, see, you got a little hot, but it still arms out fine, so whatever. I'm gonna get my soldering iron and wire this up and find those wires and put them on there. Got these. I hate roll pins. I mean, it's the worst part of doing this. But I got this fancy roll pin set, as I said. That actually helped a lot. Yeah. Got toasty. Toasty, toasty. All right, so I'm sitting here for like 2.5 hours. I need to polish it up and we'll put it on the rotisserie and get started with my really dirty hands. Not bad after you wax it and make it all shiny. So what we started with, not exactly a sheet of glass, but I'm happy with it. All right, quick tip. So this is an old rebound rubber. What you do, I don't know if I can do this without shaking the piss out of it. Stick it under there, go back and forth. Okay, it's not cooperating, but you get the point. You pound it down until it's, snug, and that's about the perfect height for the ball. So it's important to always check your fuses. These both say 2 amp slow blow. These are both 5 amp. I mean, I don't know if they're slow blow or not. I assume they are because of the coily thing. But still, 5 amps? Good Lord, people. Do better. Anyway, we got the flippers, trough. We did a bunch of switches. I chose black flipper rubbers. These damn things are too close. I don't know if these are bigger or what, but it's sluggish because it's rubbing on there. Got this mounted. These parts were all missing. This is about worn out. I tried to fix it, but it's like a press fit and it's just dead. Anyway, this coil is missing. The coil bracket and stop and spring and all that was gone. Steve Young hooked me up with some stuff. Got the stand-ups mounted here. Put all these back where they go. Been out here forever. It seems like it would go, but anyway, we'll keep rolling here. All right, it's late. I'm out here all damn day. Got these flippers in. I gotta get my soldering iron out here and transfer the wires over. Wire these coils back in. I don't know if these are supposed to be this damn loose on here, but that was not bad. But that one seems like it's almost like short. Anyway, I went with black for the flipper rubbers. And clear on pretty much everything else. So that took forever, but we'll see. I gotta put all the drop targets back on, obviously. Gotta replace all the light switches, or the lights, put new, there's one at least that is dead. I thought there's two, but I guess there's only one. This This switch is giving me some grief. It's like it won't pop back up. Other than that, it's going pretty good. So we'll pick this up probably tomorrow, see how much more we can get done, and then go from there. All right, so it's the next morning. I got the flippers all wired in, and something I noticed is a little strange. So you put this on here with the multimeter, 1.7 ohms and 2.6, right? It's almost like this end of stroke switch is not opening. But you come over here, you open that one, and it jumps up too. So let me find a tripod. All right, it's about the best angle I can get, but yeah, so you pull that one, but then if you pull this one, it jumps up. So I was like, huh, that's weird. But if you come over here and look at the schematic for this game, that is the left flipper, but I guess it doesn't matter. Here's your end of stroke switch, right? So even though these coils have a different resistance than we're measuring, you open this one and you're still through here. So both of these switches have to be open for it to switch over into full, you know, hold power, which is fine. I mean, you're still only going to have so much running through these coils, but these are wired like together. They only have one diode on the whole system. So I thought that was interesting. I figured they would have been wired separately, but I guess that's because they only had so many buttons or switches or whatever. Anyway, onwards and upwards. All right, here's a little before and after. This would be easier if I had a tumbler that wasn't a piece of shit. So we're gonna do a little aggressive polishing with the wire wheel, because why not, right? Make sure I have everything that's gonna be on top. Invisible. Might do a little more in there. We'll see. All right. Tumbler would do much better, but at least the bolts are like 30% less shitty. Those did not clean up very well at all. This isn't too bad, but these ones, it's so pitted and corroded, you'd have to re-chrome them. This, however, cleaned up really good. Not a mirror shine, because that'll last for about 2 games, but looks pretty good. This wasn't too dirty, I just cleaned up the tip a little bit. So, let's keep rolling. My little friend here is coming in to eat the Cheerios that the kids spilled all over the floor. All right, we got the pop installed, we got the kicker installed, we got these metal pieces installed. Pop bumpers are hard. That one wasn't so bad. So, yeah, let's see what we get to next. All right, 2 things. See that switch on the end? That ain't right. This coil is testing it open. That might be why. So maybe we can fix it. If not, I got a new one. So I gotta figure out how to get that out of there. For posterity, I was able to fix that coil. These switches were all mangled. The relay wasn't even actuating. So, put this bad boy away for another day. All right, got the yellow in. Gottlieb DV, just like a little bit more slack on the wires. That'd be helpful, but not bad. About perfect. All right, well, I'm gonna pack it in for the day, I think. The rotisserie does good, except for when it's like 100 degrees outside. It won't stay put. And we'll pick this up next weekend. Or maybe not next weekend. I don't know, we'll see. All right, finally back to this. It's August 31st. But I got all 4 of the drop target assemblies in. Look pretty good. And go pretty well. So let's start putting lights on. All right, let's talk about our LED strategy. So there's 6 different color inserts. There's the opaque white, I guess. Then there's a pink one and a pink one. Then there's a few green, yellow, red, and blue. So, and then there's GI, obviously. I have these left over. These are pink, clear, non-ghosting. So they'll go in the pink. I had these left over, they're red, non-ghosting. But I think from here on out, I'm gonna use frosted once I use up these ones. Non-ghosting ones. So these are all for the controlled lamps, yellow and blue. And then, let's see, there's a few more of these natural white non-ghostings. We'll put those in the white inserts. So, and then I'm gonna start using these sunlight, you know, just because they're more, they look naturaler, more like the incandescents. And then for the GI, we use these. Don't do rainbow puke, that's stupid. So, put these in, and what I'm gonna do, so the light sockets, you can use a light socket cleaner if you can't get in there to them. But I like to use the same thing I use to clean switches, which is a Dremel tool. You just stick it in there and it cleans all the shit out of it. A lot easier than messing with a damn stick, and it doesn't make a giant mess. So if you didn't already do your Playfield, you should clean out the inside of your inserts. All right, so I'm just gonna go through everything, and I'll let you know if I run into problems. I know there's one of them right here that needs replaced. So I don't know, we'll just have to see if there's others. They're like $1.50 or $1.80 each, so, you know, it gets expensive trying to replace all of them. All right, we got that all done. See the GI poking through there? Not bad. Onwards and upwards. There's a couple things I need to solder. Like I need to solder these coils back on. This came off. And this light socket I replaced, I need to solder that back in. So let's do that real quick. All right, if you run into a situation where you don't know where the wires go, you can look at your schematic here. And for example, we got our green bank. There's a green bank reset, which is this coil that we were soldering back on. So you see the diode. This side is a 300, which is in orange, black, and on this side it's a blue and black. So the banded side of the diode goes to blue and black, blue and black. Handed side. The other side, 300. Orange, black, black. So, fairly simple. Unless it's like this one and the colors don't match. So, take pictures. It's important. Actually, this color matched, this one doesn't. So, I don't know what that's about. All right, onwards and upwards. All right, if only for my own stuff. Progress shot. Everything is on the conservative adjustment, which is what it was from the factory. I get enough liberal bullshit from my wife. All right, next step. Finally, where the hell I put them? We have a brand spanking new set of CountDown plastics, courtesy of Pinball Resource. Well, I paid for them. They're not really courtesy of them, but that's where I got them. Pretty cheap, so the other ones were beat, so we'll put these on. We also got new post caps. So give me a second. All right. Pretty spiffy. One of them, I think it was this hole right here, was a little tight, but it went on there all right. It's pretty snazzy. I have to play around with that a little bit, move those forward just a tad. Figure that out when we play test. I also got to figure out the apron. It was off when I got it, and I'm not sure what screws go here to hold it on. So, last thing I got to do is some of the mechanics for the bottom. I got to take it off the rotisserie. And there's a couple screws for the wiring harness. And then we'll have to repin a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll do that later. But that's about it for this video. It's been a long one. But we're getting her, making progress, right? So let me know what you think. Keep it real, and here's a couple more videos if you want to keep watching. Later.